some adjustments just to generate some more offense here.
Yeah, it's a tough assignment. Splitty's really good. Obviously, he's throwing 100 miles an hour also. So just got to say, passes killed him in that second inning. Walking to hit by pitches. So just got to stay aggressive and keep throwing strikes.
You are mic'd up tonight, so we heard.
Outside of my dad, probably made the biggest impact on my career and my life, and just a great guy that's always been there for me.
Thanks, Will.
Start this fourth inning as Anthony Kay with the pitch count getting up there, looking for some quick innings here. Hold up after the injury to their catcher Will Smith. He had been suffering some neck discomfort since last Saturday. Robinson gets another chance here in Major League Baseball.
That's a big loss for the Dodgers because Will Smith is one of the most.
Was part of the White Sox organization, the team back in 2024. Spent time with the Reds. Was a career 131 batting average.
Chucky's been a good defensive catcher. If you're one of those, you will get a chance because there's a lot of injuries behind the plate.
2.
That's pretty much a lesson for all you young infielders who might be watching, and that is, and so he takes his time. He doesn't panic. One hop throw and he gets him. This is our mobile performance of the game.
Couple ground outs to third here in this fourth inning. Call has been on base twice, a single and a hit by pitch. An 8-pitch fourth inning, just what Anthony Kay needed.
Off high fastballs, because that's what Sasaki's been throwing to him.
White Sox got to Sasaki when he fell behind against Benintendi. Got his fastball, but 100 at the knees.
Actually, it's much more hittable at the knee.
Popped up as this one will make it. Bottom of the fourth, this half inning is brought to you by Davis Law. 3 hits tonight for the White Sox against Sasaki. Strike 3. We know Joe Davis is the TV voice of the has had to overcome in his life. When Sasaki was just 9 years old growing up in Japan, it was massive. The walls of the school were shaking. And in his fishing village, they knew with an earthquake in time for out number 2. So the sirens started to go off in the school, and the teachers knew the drill. A 50-foot wave came as part of a tsunami and just completely wiped out his entire village. And he had his mother and his other brothers. They picked up, they moved. And when they moved, he leaned on baseball. Now he was clocked at throwing 101 miles per hour in high school. And when he eventually signed with that, even though they were going through the wildfires and the tragedy that struck them at the time, was 24 years old.
Consistently getting ahead of hitters. He's going to be a whole lot tougher than he is now. And you look at that stuff and realize that.
Over the middle, there's Rojas. And he had no play.
Hits as they've come with 2 outs. But you extend the pitch count, certainly, and the Sox with a chance. There's no chance. You only get yourself in trouble if you try to throw that one to first base.
Busy man at second base, even though he wasn't able to make that play, knocking it down, and he has shown incredible range already.
The infield. And we're sitting here in the 4th inning.
And Gonzalez able to get a piece to stay alive.
One run so far, and good performance by Sasaki.
Robinson unable to squeeze that one as Majdrop gets to second.
That's going to go as a pass ball, and it's a splitter that doesn't split. I think Chucky was expecting it to go down. It just stayed up. Another hang.
But there is the splitter, the wipeout pitch.
Adolis Garcia out for at least 2 months, May of the year. He was just heating up when the White Sox played the Phillies last weekend. This play better baseball. They get Tarek Skubal back tomorrow and are just hammering the ball lately on offense, guy.
As we welcome you back inside the booth, thanks for joining us here on this Friday night alongside Steve Stone. I'm John Schriffen, and we both got a signed copy.
Is an owner of both the Bulls and the White Sox, and all proceeds of this book will go to White Sox charities and Bull. Interesting woman for what she's accomplished both in the world of politics and the world of trading futures every day. And she came up with a book which details she was the first woman who traded futures and succeed. The book is outstanding. You can get it on Amazon, and she's done a great job of detailing it, and you'll understand that she was a pioneer and a trendsetter and the first to do a whole lot of things, and there's game changer.
Lunch or dinner and have a conversation, you learn just how fascinating her life has been, how many obstacles she has overcome. She doesn't hold back. She talks about every stage of her life and how she got here to this point, and she said she really wants.
Well, she also sees more sporting events than anybody in this city. She sees just about every White Sox. Slow her down.
No way.
And I don't think even a person who's 50 could see as many games as her. She started a kids league in hockey. So anyway, an extraordinary story, and proceeds from the book go to Wonder.
Rain or shine, she looks the best. As the White Sox trail the Dodgers 2-1 here in this top half of the fifth inning. Back in the second inning with the bases loaded.
Tyler Davis starting to get loose in the pen. That's 7 strikeouts. It's over for him. 0 for 3 with a couple of those strikeouts.
That is a new season for K is 8. Mookie Betts in the air to left field. It is caught by Antonacci this half inning. Was in the rotation. Sean Burke gets his chance on the mic. He will be with Brooke when we come back.
Frustrated that he's been in the zone. He's striking guys out, so it's been good.
I saw you looking at the iPad before you came over to me. I know it's different with him being a lefty and you.
Passes at the fastball versus the breaking ball, and kind of the zones they're looking for, and seeing where pitches are starting, where they're getting chased, where.
Shohei Ohtani, what's the biggest challenge when you're trying to game plan against a guy like that?
Yeah, just trying to stay one step ahead of him. I mean, he's a pitcher too, so when you get ahead of him, just making sure you're making quality pitches, because that's what will burn you, is those mistakes late in the counts.
You made a comment recently that you rank compared to other teams you've been on in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm playing in college again, honestly, with this team. Like, it's obviously a group of we don't know, and we come out here, we play hard every single day, and everybody's having a blast doing it. So, this is the most fun I've ever had playing baseball.
And a specific message for his guys, because he's loved the way that they played. But to start that Braves series, he just played the Phillies, that series against the Braves, Dodgers, Yankees. But he said, I don't want you to think about the other teams. He said control. And the White Sox did a great job of that, taking those 2 games against the Braves. Romo in the air to left. So a walk and a single. And the Sox have something cooking here in this 5th inning.
Nobody out. The Sox have had 1 hit in every inning. But with Antonacci at the top, who's grounded to second months.
It's 0 for 2, both ground outs to second.
Dodgers are playing him straight away in all fields.
They're going to wave in Peters. He's going to score, and we've got a tied game here in the 5th inning.
Under the glove. Going to go as a base hit, and a run batted in. Angling his body to try to get that play at second base. Sneaking.
One of the hottest hitters on the team, Miguel Vargas. And it looks like Chucky Robinson, the catcher for the Dodgers, is having issue with pitch calm.
75 pitches so far for Sasaki. There's nobody out here.
I know this is your favorite part of the game.
Time. But what it does do is give the pitcher a chance. Otherwise have.
Bottom of the fifth. As the White Sox now tied with the Dodgers in game one of this 3-game set this weekend. There's the trade. Marcus got a chance to be an everyday player with the White Sox. It's off the wall. Romo's going to score. Throw to second.
We told you Vargas had hit the ball better than any Sox hitter tonight, and Tucker couldn't get to it. Watch it again. Tucker goes back, sees it go over his head, and get the tag there in time. Miguel does not come off the bag. Brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile double warranty. There's no doubt. When you do it against the team that traded you away, it's absolutely away by so many teams that should have been in the Hall of Fame.
As there's still nobody out in this 5th inning. What? It's been the patience of the White Sox. Pitch number 80 to Ball count. He goes splitter.
That's one of the things that Derek Showman said, and I'm sure he talked to the hitters about it. When you identify, because it's going to dip out of the zone, but that's easier said than done. There is only one problem with that from a pitching and catching standpoint. The best splitters, the wipeout splitters.
And you know, Sam Antonacci at third is always aggressive on the base paths.
The lead you can get at third is the exact distance that Max Muncy is playing off the bat. Room for Sam to come down with a secondary lead.
Here's the payoff.
Not after taking one out of the ballpark in the 1st inning. It's split city, and you see no spin. Grab the seams, and that's why it goes straight down with no spin at all.
Infield is still in as Colson Montgomery steps up with 1 down.
Was a closer early in his career, now working out of the middle or occasionally in a setup role.
So you give Colson Montgomery
Do that. I would let him take one because Sasaki is having some trouble. It looks like he doesn't mind walking Colson in this situation.
Not even close. Ball 4. That White Sox walk is brought to you by
The last time at Freddie Freeman.
No White Sox player has ever. Montgomery has a chance to do that here tonight. And Montgomery having a conversation with home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez.
Freddie Freeman is in close at first base.
Braden Montgomery, and it misses. Ball 1.
He's hit 2 ground balls and 2 at bats. You see the defense. They're going to try to cut off the run at the plate.
Let's go pitch by pitch here as the first 2.
This is the 1st inning that Sasaki has had this kind of command issue.
And it's 3-0. The rate, and everybody rising to their feet. It has been run.
On a quiet one, this is going to chase Sasaki from this game. So he's going to depart. He's going to leave the bases loaded. So as he walks out, we're going to step out. Trinan coming in a jam. Looking for 2.
2 for 2. Couple singles tonight. As the sinker land scored 3 runs here in this 5th inning to retake the lead 4-2. Vargas will score. Colson Montgomery, he's safe.
That's the third hit of the night for Chase Meidroth. And he drives in runs 20 up it over their heads. And this sinker doesn't sink. Chase is able to hit it in the air, not get a whole lot of it. In addition, he catches that ball. He doesn't, and it's 2 more. That was a huge hit for Chase Montgomery.
See the Dodgers name across the chest of their opponents. It has not fazed them at all here tonight. Pickoff play to second as Montgomery back to the bag in time.
Well, I love what Will told, what we do and what we are, because we play our game. We can beat anybody in this league, and I think they're showing it.
Isn't that such a powerful message that we can all apply in life? Control the things you can control.
From spending money, but this team realizes they can beat anybody.
Gonzalez 0 for 2 tonight as he pops this one up left side. There was Tristan Peters, a beautiful setting as the sun is setting on the south side of Chicago.
And after the ledge done in this city.
And it was something that really struck me, seeing the damage that has been done across our area. Saw Streeter, like nobody lost their lives, but their homes have been destroyed. Hebron, Indiana. There's some areas around. It's a reminder of just how lucky we are, right? Weather comes through.
Yeah, the storms the last 2 nights were very bad ones. Winds up to 70, sometimes 80 miles an hour.
No, it hooks foul.
It's on the wrong side of the pole. Did have enough distance, great shape, and wrong distance. Right. Right side.
First and second, 2 down. Who could have imagined beginning of the season who lost over 100 games last year? But it has been quite the turnaround for this Sox team.
Emblazoned in the minds of everybody in this organization, never to be repeated again, and there's a lot of young talent in the not too distant future. Braden Montgomery is one of those guys.
No team has ever made the playoffs in Major League Baseball after having 2 straight 100 or more lost seasons. As Peters will use his time
in a game that is very interesting, that game in the bottom of the 8th.
One ball, 2.
Right size, wrong shape. That's it. Man, got a souvenir. A beautiful night for baseball, and Sox have the lead.
Peter waving Meidroth. No throw. A 2-run triple for Tristan.
That's splits the gap. Pages, who's a great center fielder, couldn't get to it. And
fly ball to center off the bat of Drew Romo. What a 5th, he says. K has retired 7 in a row as the White Sox taking it to the defending champs.